finished the title song, and it was a very ultra-French kind of a song, and we were having this meeting, who would sing it and how it would be done. We're going to get a group of singers, or who would be perfect, and somebody said in the room, it's too bad Chevalier has retired. He was quite old by then. Maurice Chevalier and Willie Reitman, our director, said, you know something, I bet you he would, if he heard this song, I bet you he'd come and do it for us. So I said, maybe he would, but, you know, we had experience with Chevalier. We had written songs for 2 previous pictures, In Search of the Castaways and Monkeys Go Home, 2 pictures that Disney did. And years before that, my father, who was a wonderful songwriter, wrote a song for Chevalier in a picture called The Big Pond back in the early 30s, called Living in the Sunlight, Loving in the Moonlight. So I loved Chevalier, and Willie said, why don't you make a demo like Chevalier would sing? And I said, that's terrible, I can't do it. He said, no, you do that. I said, but then he's the foremost French singer in the world, and I'm intimidated. He says, I think he will go for it if you do it that way. So this is a little bit of this terrible recording that I made. You see, I'm not the only one that brings out these things that the songwriters are ashamed of. Which pets address is the finest in Paris? Which pets possess the finest pedigree? To which pets do the others tip their hats? Naturellement, the Aristocats. Well, I sent the whole album like that, the whole song like that, off to Paris, where Chevalier was. Sure enough, he came out of retirement, and he made, you've seen the film, he did the beginning title, end title, sang it in French. It was a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I was so tickled. My wife and I were in Paris about 4 months later after he recorded it, and we luckily ran into him, as fate would have it. And I said, Maurice, it's just wonderful. Everybody at the studio is thrilled with your recordings, and so Bob and I were just over the moon about it. But I want to just say one thing. I'm a little embarrassed about, they wanted me to do that phony French accent. You know, I'm ashamed of it, and I apologize. And he looked me right in the eye and said, accent? I heard no accent. Right now, I mentioned earlier that I'm off to Chicago next week to work. We just cast the play. It's going to be wonderful. Jungle Book. We added about 4 new numbers to it, and it's very exciting. One little tidbit you might get a kick out of. You saw on these Lost Chords a song called Le Jazz Hot. And the director, Mary Zimmerman, who was directing this play based on the film, is doing a wonderful job, and she's looking for more material. And she heard this Lost Chords piece that Bob and I had written, and she fell in love with the tune. And they wanted a song for Shere Khan, the tiger. They wanted kind of a perfect piece for him to do. And so I said, well, I think I can work something out. So I wrote a new lyric to the thing we wrote 40 years ago, and it's going to be one of the featured numbers in the new version, along with several other new things we've done. So I'm very excited about it, and these are the original songs that Bob and I did for Jungle Book. Let's see now. First of all, we start with Colonel Hathaway. He, in the actual books, he's just a stuffy elephant, and they march through the jungles, knocking things down as they go. And we decided to make an English colonel, you know, that type of thing. And so he became Colonel Hathaway, and he sang this song with his troops, with Raymond Scruff. He's one of the singers. Up, 2, 3, 4, keep it up. 2, 3, 4. Oh, the aim of Paw Patrol is a question rather droll, for to march and drill over field and hill. That's elephant. He's an elephant. He's a terrible elephant. I don't do elephants either.